What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world because crypto is the biggest opportunity over the next year or two, and nothing is even close. So, welcome along on the journey. We're glad to have you guys here. Corey, take it away.
Absolutely. So excited to be on stream with you guys today where we're going to be using cryptocurrency as that wealth creation tool and then using real world assets down the road for some wealth preservation and take our friends and family along for this ride. It's just been so much fun, every single day learning more about this space and more about you guys because you guys are absolutely amazing. You guys are what makes this community. You guys are what make our show. I know it's you guys who watch our show that are not the toxic guys on Twitter cheating their bags. Although I do want the toxic cheaters to keep cheating because I'm doing a pretty good wire this today, either today or tomorrow. And I'm going to go buy your guys' bags. You guys want to keep cheating? Keep cheating because I want to buy those bags and I want to get lower. This is starting to remind me, Dane, back when we had that SEC fund and we had that like long drawn out, it was like 3 months when we were down there in that bottom area and I was buying that bottom and it was beautiful. And I think we're going to have one more close up. I don't think it would be that deep, but we're getting down there and this might be that last opportunity because we're just massive leverage on Ethereum. Ethereum's been going down. We're under 3K, at least we were yesterday. I didn't check the chart today. And we go down with Ethereum when it goes down, and we go up with Ethereum when it goes up. And so it's been quite remarkable to see that correlation. And man, I'm all about it because I mean, are you bearish on Ethereum for the cycle? I know I'm not. I think Ethereum's going to do wonderful. So yeah, I mean, super excited, guys. I'm always pumped, even in the bear market. I don't care.
Agreed. Let me adjust this chart.
We got Crypto 7 here. What's up, my man? Try to catch your show all the time. You guys, if you're not watching Crypto 7, he is doing the good work for the Pulsechain community. Man, thanks for showing up, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, let me share this. Have you just seen Power City Flex? Let's go Hex. No, what is that about? Yeah, give us some more information. You seen anything about Power City updates, Corey?
Power City Flex. I remember this being some kind of like, I mean it's way back in the day. It was part of what they were building inside Power City. It was part of like some kind of Hex Netter incentive token around Hex or a reflection. I can't remember exactly the details, but yeah, I remember this from like literally a year ago. If you can remember.
All right, so I've got the Pulsechain price chart pulled up, and Richard, even in the price charts he's been tweeting, he's been sharing this trend line down here. In fact, let me get rid of.
Man, I can't wait to buy that, dude. I'm telling you, I am salivating. At these prices, I have no fiat on chain, so I need to get my dirty fiat back into stable coins on chain so I can go buy these dips, man. Look at that. And it always could go through it, Dane. It could go through that support, which I'm fine if it does. And I'll buy it. But man, this could be it.
And you can see we're just kind of hovering around the support line here. So what do you guys think in the chat? I'm really curious. Do you think this level will hold? Do you think we've got more downside pressure from here? What do you guys think is going to happen? I'm curious to see what your thoughts are.
And for your TA experts, if any of you guys are watching, Sprackburger, if you're watching, what would be the next level of strong support if we broke that? Because for me, I'm not a TA guy at all. So like, obviously, Dane, that's about the extent of my TAs looking at the upward support band there. Where will we go? What's the next level down? Do we go all the way down to the very bottom and make like a double bottom off of the price chart, or how does that look? Is there more support on before that level? If any of you TA guys are in the chat, I would love to hear your input on this for my DCA because I want to know. Inquired minds want to know because we want to buy.
I mean, if you wanted to come down to these levels right here, once again, I'm just guessing here, but if you want
Yeah.
to come down to the bottom of this liquidity back here, I mean, that's another 10-ish% dip. If you want to come down to this pocket, that's a 20% dip. If you want to come down clear to these, I mean, this is like another 25, 26% dip down here. I just don't think we're going to get down here.
I don't either.
My gut's saying I don't think we dip that far. In fact, I think it's more likely kind of hang out around here than anything.
We need to have Sprackberger back on. Maybe I can talk him to coming on our open mic Friday, and see if he can give us some intel. Because I mean, obviously, there's other things to look at, like the RSI, the MACD,
Totally.
vol. There's a lot of other indicators inside there that we don't really know how to use. Yeah, I'm about as good as you, Dane, with the support and resistant lines, and then using the Fibonacci retracement, and then looking for pockets of liquidity or order blocks. But that's about all I can do.
Right. And
I'm not a trader.
I know some of the chart guys have been saying that the RSI is as low as it's been since
Since before SEC. I think it's the lowest it's ever been, is what it
right,
says.
right.
And so that's very interesting. Yeah, like where are the sell? Who's going to sell now? That's what I'm wondering. The sellers are kind of dying out, and so maybe we hang out here, Dane, and just run sideways for a month. I don't know.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me that much. So here's what I'm thinking is from most likely to least likely. Let's do that. Once again, we don't give any financial advice here. We don't know. We're just shooting from the hip here and guessing. But man, like I, I would think that if you built this thing and you wanted your price chart to continue to have like a reasonable life in it, I would think you would want to support the price action in here to kind of get it to respect this trend line and hold that bottoming. That's my first thinking. Then there's always the people that are like, we're shaking out more weak hands. Look, like how many people that are left right now are weak handed? Like it's been a year. I mean, who has weak hands at this point? Like I think you've washed out the weak hands, if you
Nick
will,
Terry.
and now you're starting, like at what point are you washing out the like not weak hands?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's interesting to consider. Yeah. So if it were me, I'd want to kind of keep this trend line intact. I would think, but once again, I'm not a billionaire, and so I think that's most likely as we kind of hang out around this level. I don't imagine we see a huge spring upward, but a certain someone likes to have nice green candles when everything else is bleeding. So there's something to be said about that. I know there's a lot of people that are thinking that we see a Bitcoin crash here, and that's when Richard likes to pump everything on Pulsechain. If and so there's something to be said about that. I
One
think it's more
indicator.
likely, we hang out around here, but we could see some more downside action. Maybe we see a little more downside over the next few weeks. Who knows? But I like buying these levels a lot.
I was going to say one indicator we can kind of keep an eye on, Dane, is the meme coins. I remember this last time back in November, like we had a meme coin season back then. It was like during the SEC bottom, like meme coins were popping off like popcorn. And then they started dying off a little bit and the sentiment shifted in the community. This is before we saw like an OA buying up the price or anything. Like the meme coins started kind of settling down. And so we can kind of keep an eye on that because we did see meme coins all popping off here in the last month or two. And I don't know, I feel like they're kind of settling down. Now I don't see a lot of big momentum movements going on in these meme coins. In fact, guys, if you guys are going to participate in meme coins, nothing wrong with that. Understand that you're giving liquidity away to participate in that meme coin. And if you're going to give liquidity to a meme coin where the guy was working with the people who scammed us in PulseCon, you might want to think twice about that one. Like, there's a reason why that one's down, like, right after launch. So, like, guys, come on. If the guy was participating in the first scam that scammed the community, what makes you think his new meme coin is not going to scam us some way or another? So, give us some thought when you're participating in these meme coins. You hear us talk about, we love the 90-10 Sami ideology, where we have 90% core, 10% lotteries. But I'd say right now, man, you could even kind of break that a little bit and go more into the cores right now, because they're so deeply depressed, and start allocating some of that other liquidity that you were allocating towards meme coins. Put in the cores, man. This is kind of the shift I feel like we saw in November-ish, December-ish. What happened in January, man? Whew, we went to we did well. So, like, keep these things in mind. I don't really see a lot of meme coins popping like they were. Like I said, I'm kind of seeing the opposite. So just, yeah, be careful with your liquidity in these levels, because, man, the cores are where, in my opinion, and that's not financial advice, we're just dudes on the internet. In my opinion, is where the real legacy wealth can be made at. It's the tortoise and the hare, guys. And the core is your tortoise coins, minus the ink token. Ink token likes to kind of be the hare sometimes inside the core assets, but in general, the core assets are your tortoise. The hare gets tired, man, and they pop off, and they crash down, and over time you're going to want to have the bulk of your liquidity in the core assets. I know I've told the story many times. My ETH well friend out here in PR, he's told me multiple times, like, look, dude, your only objective and only goal is, like, just keep accumulating the layer one. And how much of the layer one can you get? He goes, if I would have just stuck in the layer one my whole ETH journey, I would have, 2-5x more the wealth I have now. He's the number one goal that you should have is, how can I accumulate more layer one? If that's just holding and DCAing all throughout the bull run, great. If you're good at trading, or if you're good at playing the meme coin trader game, that's fine. But understand the objective there. The objective is always, how can I get more layer one? That's it. That's always been my objective. That's always what I'm out to do. I want to accumulate as much layer one in this journey, so that at the end of the movie, that's what I have. I have the biggest bag of layer one that I possibly could have. So yeah, little thought process or insight in my head that I think. So yeah.
Yeah, Dylan put a good let me see if I could grab this real quick. This is an interesting one. So maybe there are plenty of weekends still. Let me grab this. This was good. All right, here we go. Thanks for sharing this, Dylan. This is useful. All right, I've got it. Let me share my screen. All right. So still some I mean, this is brutal. This is I feel for this person. This is tough, They came in here, they bought right after Pulsechain launch, hoping and thinking that things were gonna rip, or like most people, right? I think most people thought you bought here and you'd be a 10x at this point, no problem. Nobody thought, seriously, nobody thought that a year after Pulsechain launch that you'd actually be underwater had you bought in the first few days. And here we are, which is pretty fascinating. And so you've got, yeah, this poor guy that bought, relatively high and then sold these lows.
That's disgusting. And Dylan saying 40 million hex, I think. Like, that's what we call a transfer of wealth right there. That's a transfer of wealth. You're transferring your wealth, from weak hands to strong hands right here. Like, gosh, what could be
That's
going
brutal.
on? Like, I'm wondering how much he spent on that buy, on the multiple buys that he did, versus what he sold, man. That is God.
Yeah, what was the in and out there on that one, Dylan? How much was the loss?
I mean, he's obviously experiencing max FUD. You know, he thinks that we're dead, whoever this person is, and the RH ecosystem is going to go nowhere. When I mean, the chart to me is clear as day. You got to look for the clues, of course, but man, there was so many transactions. Yeah, that's disgusting.
I mean, they were buying the FOMO here, right? They were buying the FOMO of price trending up with the Pulsechain launch, and
Hey,
then
quit
buying selling
doxing Tin Top's wallet, bro. What are you doing over there? Tin Top is the weakest of weak hands. I'm just kidding. Tin Top is freaking the GOAT. I know Tin Top. He's the best. Love you, brother.
Yeah. So plenty of people that want to. That was one of the funniest narratives I feel like before Pulsechain launch is how many people got on stream and said, "Who's gonna sell at a loss? Nobody will sell at a loss. The prices are gonna go up 100x." You know, there are a lot of people that are happy selling at a loss and moving
Uh,
on.
yeah, I could think of a couple of influencers in my head who were going around touting that in the even in the Telegram channels, and I was just like, man, it was
Swing and a
yeah,
miss.
brutal.
Hmm.
I love what Crypto 7 said here. Johnny says we need to go low enough for us not to be able to resist buying. I mean, I'm there now, Crypto 7, which must be close. Yeah, I'm there. But if Ethereum rockets up at some point, then I imagine we go with it, and that sets this local low. Man, that's what I love about this, Dane, is that we're just massive leverage on Ethereum. If you have any kind of conviction on the asset class Ethereum, then like once again, look for the clues. Look for the clues. They're there in front of you. Man, I've never been more bullish on anything, even though that Ethereum was accumulated at a local top. Okay, I don't care the amount of Ethereum he was able to accumulate. That's what I care about. And God, I love that we just follow the trajectory of Ethereum spot on. It gives me confidence, man. And like I said, it's one of the clues for me that like, I better get I better get a large clip in soon before we take off because I'll be MFing myself. Now I got bags. I do got bags. I haven't cheated any of my bags, so I got bags. But like, I'll still feel like, why did I get another clip in at those local lows? I had
Right.
one more opportunity. Like, man, it's just let's get it in there, man. Bitcoin's retracing, Ethereum's retracing. Let's get our economic energy if we have some left. And if you guys don't, man, go out there and create more economic energy. Start a business. Go ask if you have a job. I get it. Go ask for a raise. And look, boss, I'm working extra hours, overtime, whatever you got to do. Overtime, do it. Whatever you got to do to get more economic energy. We just don't know how long it's going to last. Will it last a week? Will it last a month? I don't know. But man, the longer you draw this out, you Jeters, I'm going to keep buying. Keep drawing it out. I'm going to keep accumulating those bags. Man.
It's really an interesting like I've been evaluating my own emotions, and we all know, right, that when you feel the most bearish, things are usually about to turn around, and when you feel the most bullish, that's probably when you should be looking to take profits off the table. And man, I was sitting there when Pulse went and did like the 3x and wishing I'd have bought more at the lows.
Yes.
And yeah, we're back there now, and I'm not, the extra capital I had waiting on the sidelines last time. I'm not
It,
missing out on that again.
and for me, man, like this is like this is easy for me now. Like from that first one, the SEC FUD was tough, bro. That was
That
tough.
was
Like
tough.
I felt like dog crap every time I was doing a DCA. I mean, I had come out to Puerto Rico. That was tough, bro. Like this is nothing compared to what it was then. I have the all the confidence now. I've seen what part of the playbook is going to be now. I see the building still happening. I see the community. There's so much going on, that we didn't have or see. I guess I didn't have a lot of the puzzle pieces put in place back in the SEC FUD days, and I was still buying, feeling disgusting. That marked the bottom. This is nothing, man. This is like a dip for ants for me now. Like I'm ready to go. Like let's get the money in. Let's fire. Let's fire away. Let's go buy these cheaters bags. They can go and cry over in Solana now. Get over it. Get out of our ecosystem, man. Get out of here. I'll
We've
buy your bags gladly.
Right. I mean, we've seen the patterns, just like you're saying. We've seen the pumps, we've seen the pullbacks. I'm trying to remember. There's somebody that said on social media, they had a great point. They said that they feel like this year, this is May, it's the whole like sell in May, go away,
Yeah.
that we have pain this month and give it till December. And I think he said, yeah, December plan on being rich. Now, who knows, right? I don't know if that'll end up being the case. And I remember thinking to myself, well, yeah, a year after launch, we'll be way up, and here we are. So who knows? But I feel pretty confident within the next year. Yeah, we'll be chilling. We'll be good
Yeah.
if you're buying with cheap prices.
The we're not gonna be buying then, retail will be buying, and that's fine. They gotta pay their dues, like anybody pays their dues. I've had to pay my dues, Dane, in many asset classes, including real estate. I got my butt whooped on my third deal and lost my entire life savings on my third deal. I was lucky I still had my job then. That's when I did have a job, and I was able to continue forward and continue doing real estate. So I mean, I paid my dues in every asset class, and including crypto. Came and bought the top last cycle, and so like I paid my dues, and then in retail is going to do it again this cycle. It's just how it works. It's just how it works, and I won't be buying then. I'll be providing some liquidity. I'll be doing, some other clever techniques to get, start slowly selling the bags. So, yeah.
This is an interesting question. Yeah, Corey, what if we're still at 3 zeros and a 1 on December 1st? Are you still bullish then? I've thought about this a lot, and this is my general sentiment. Like, at the end of the day, you've got to pick things that you believe in, for the longer term here, the next year or two. You place your bets and then you ride those ponies, because by the time that it's time to pivot, like the other things you should have pivoted to have already pumped, and you're buying green candles now and selling bottoms. And so, like, yeah, in my opinion, this is where we placed our bets. We'll ride this thing and see what happens one way or another.
Yeah, Paul Sachs, there'd have to be some more context to that. Like, what is the market doing? Is everything else pumping like crazy? Are there still things depressed? Like, here's my thinking, right? Like, if I'm starting to get to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little bit fudded about the RH ecosystem, like, I'm not going to sell my bags at a bottom. I might put some new economic energy into something else and place my bets on something else. But like, I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to take out my prior bets out of this ecosystem. I mean, look at what happened with the guys. This reminds me, Dane, when we were in the bottom of the SEC fund and the guys who got fudded out there at the bottom to go buy Titan X, freaking wrecked, man.
Brutal.
Wrecked. They didn't think like price was going to go up on them. And man, did it go up. Like, I bet you anything, somebody was watching all the OGs jeeting their bags and going into Titan X, and he's like, oh, this is a good time to pump this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Be careful when you're Googling your eye Googling something else, another ecosystem, another coin, and you're going sideways on yours. And yeah, you got to be careful with that, because that's a great way to get wrecked and get left behind.
Yeah. This is an interesting scenario. Yeah, Paul says if we catch a 10x pump into October with the RH hearing and then retrace a 90%,
I can see that, and that's healthy.
December, I could see that.
And then going into 2025 with all the euphoria, we go and do our normal whatever, right? Maybe it's a 20, 50, 100. I don't know. Crypto 7, like I think we could do like a 350, I think he says. I mean, that would be, bro, I hope you're right.
Be nuts.
Be peacing out on some yachts and having you guys come out the PR and hang out with us. Be gladly on me. On a 350X. So yeah, that's the euphoria phase, right? And it can get a little bit pushed out to 2026 even. That's where a lot of people are not expecting. And we could see this whole AI narrative in the stock market really take place, like how Ray Dalio is saying. Ray Dalio is saying this is going to be the AI bull run, that the internet bull run was back in the, what was that? And in the 90s. And that's part of this cycle, that we have one more massive blow off top with the AI narrative in the stock market world, which, that's just going to bleed over to crypto, in my opinion.
Dylan makes a good point. Look at that. That is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and share this. That's a good chart. Good call, Dylan. All right. Look at this hex price chart. This is nice.
Yep.
So this is charted against Pulse. So we found a bottoming over here, right? In fact, I came and I bought right here, which was great.
Yeah, I bought around there too.
Mm-hmm.
We actually did a show on this, Dan. And Dylan, you can go back and watch our show. This was like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, when we were in the middle of that sideways channel. We brought the chart up, and both me and Dan were like, "Oh crap, we probably should go buy Hex."
Yep,
and we
totally.
did. We did. In fact, I'll probably buy some more tomorrow. It'll be part of my DCA.
Yeah, I like
buy
it.
some more Hex.
Actually looking strong. Do we have a little bit of a, we got a little bit of a W forming here. Yeah, we could definitely go higher. Be a good way to potentially get a lot more Pulse for your money if you wanted to swap some Hex for Pulse at some point. So cheap in Pulse terms, Hex is. It's freaking wild. I mean, this is a...
Well, when Pulse was doing its 5X, Hex was just
did
kind of
nothing.
sitting there and doing nothing. Like,
Uh-huh.
these things are going to take turns, right? It's whose turn is it now? I mean, come on, let's give Hex a turn. I got some freaking bags, man. Let's put the spotlight on Hex just for a moment of time, please. I would love to see those bags pump.
I mean, if Hex got back up to these highs here versus Pulse, you could double your Pulse bag by making that trade if you wanted to. Huh. Where are we sitting in USD terms in Hex today? Oh yeah, just kind of hanging out. We've been kind of hanging out here in USD terms for the last little while.
Looks like a great DCA to me, Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
lots of opportunity on the price charts. I mean, it's so fascinating how right up here at Pico top, I remember thinking to myself, man, this sucks I didn't buy more when it was cheaper down here. I've missed that low, and price is gonna leave me behind, and I bought just not a lot, but just a little bit up here. And I was the top, and the price came back down. And it's really interesting. Are there times, so in fact, this is good for the OGs. This is a good question for the OGs. Because I remember watching the old Richard streams with people talking about getting left behind. At what point do you potentially get left behind on some of the RH assets? Because you've had a freaking year of being patient and buying tons of cheap prices for a year. When does that shift? When does that all go away?
Yeah. Right. I mean, Dane, we're already, well, with Pulse now. Hex, we're still down on that level, like where the very bottom's at. Like with Pulse, though, I don't think we'll ever return back to the 4 zeros and a 3. I could be wrong, but I feel like that price was left behind. Now it's going to be Hex's turn. If you want to get sub penny Hex, this might be your last opportunity before that train leaves the station. And then that price is left behind, the way Pulse was when the SEC FUD hit. So interesting thing to think about. These things are going to take turns. Let's not, I mean, that's why, man, I have all the bags. I got all the bags. I'm not messing around with this stuff. I don't care who's right or wrong. I just want to make money. I'm not here to be right.
People have been saying for a year, don't get left behind. Maybe this is your last chance, and you've had a freaking year. So
but eventually, Dane, they're going to be right. Like how many times before that is?
Broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Broken clock is right twice a day. Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, Dane, the protocol Flex is, man, I didn't know this. This is great intel. Is like a liquid loans or an earn protocol for Hex. So you can go in and open a vault with your hex, and let me know if I'm right, guys, in the chat. Open a vault with your hex and get stable coin. Like take a loan and stable coin. If you guys could please correct me if I'm wrong with this. You input hex and get stable coin. That's wild. That's
Is that a Power
wild.
City thing?
Yeah. I remember them
Okay.
talking about this. I mean, it's like a year ago, dude. So it's hard for me to like remember. Like you go through so many protocols and so many like, God, there's so much stuff, right? And then there's rugs and so yeah, Hex DC. That's bullish for Hex.
Maybe it's
Bullish for
they
Hex.
don't
Dude,
have
I would lock
anything.
up some Hex and borrow some stable coin and go buy the dip right now. Guys, that's not financial advice. I do what I do with my money. You can do whatever yours or with your money. This thing's brand new. It could go to zero. But man, you go lock up some Hex and go buy more Hex. I mean, I would do that myself with my money. That's interesting. Never sell
Is there a
club.
website you guys post in the chat if you have a website? We'd like to dig into it
You
more.
guys go join this club. I that's just a freaking narrative. Like yeah, please, you guys go sign up for that club, please. I'll tell you right now, I'm selling.
Oh, they're
No.
live streaming.
Are they?
There's no updates on their website in this respect that I could see. I'm over there right now, so maybe they just haven't updated the website yet.
Are they gonna have like also another like an earn token or a loan token? Are they gonna have like this like incentive token that's tied to the protocol too? That'd be interesting. I mean, it gets dumped, but like, can we go over there and open a vault and then plug it? I made a crap ton of money off of liquid loans and earn by just taking loans on my vaults and sticking the stable coin in the stability pool. I made a shit ton of money, shit ton. And so like, if I could do that again with my Hex, well, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. We'll go dig into that one after. Go check out their stream.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, if you turn your Hex into stable coins, you don't have to sell your Hex for stable coins. Yeah, I mean, if you guys
go do
God
it.
go with you. We hope that works out.
Yeah, hope it works out for you. It's not part of my plan.
No. Token is Flex. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's why it's called Flex. I should have put that two together there. Flex protocol. All right. Yeah. Well, man. All right. So they made this for Hex. Super cool, man.
Interesting.
Super
That is
cool.
cool.
I like Power City. I held their. I still have their NFT that I got from their SAC. I'm holding it. This is another form of the passive income that will be put into the core protocol. I like it, man. Yeah, is it down right now? Sure, like everything else. And once again, it's a utility token. These utility tokens have a hard time pumping. And right, Dylan, what's going on with Fame and Fiat? I got some Fame and Fiat. I'll tell you a story. I did use my Fame and Fiat to get some Solid X. My Solid X pumped freaking crazy. I bought my Fame and Fiat back. So I got my Fame and Fiat back, Dylan. I'm back in position there. I just had to borrow from that economic energy. But man, I would love to see some of these, Fame, Fiat, Power City, these
The
third
utility
party
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's give us a bit of a pump there to make us feel good. And Dane, they don't have to freaking moon, but like give us a 3 or 4x or maybe even a 2x. Like I would be like ecstatic. Like, that part of my portfolio is coming back, is coming to life, right? I would love that. And I get it. Utility tokens are boring. Market wants freaking, dick with butt, or they want to buy a meme coin where the guy scammed the community before already with the Pulsechain. Like, guys, why are you buying meme coins from these people? Stop. These people already scammed you. give it a break. Give it a break. Let's focus on the core assets for a little while.
Yep. Agreed. That'll be fun to see.
Yeah, Dylan, this is just a narrative, man. I'm getting tired of these narratives now. These are all narratives for all the utility tokens, man. There's more narratives. either way, man, I'm holding, bro. Like I said, I took a small little I borrowed some economic energy from there for a little while. Got some freaking wild gains on my Solid X, and I got my economic energy back into them again. So, hey, I'm holding, bro. I'm holding, but be nice to see something actually take place, maybe on this next little like leg up or after leg up. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just all narratives, bro. Everything's a narrative in crypto. Like it's like hashtag never selling. That's another narrative. You guys have
Yeah.
fun with that one.
Yeah, Tin Top. Missing out on pretty well all the sacrifices was a blessing in disguise if you missed out on
No crap, bro. I didn't miss out on them. No, I sat.
Jeez.
Man, F you, Tin Top. Maybe you are the one cheating your bags. Can you just just shoot me a text, man? We'll do an OTC deal. Screw it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting thought process Drew has. One thing I've been thinking about is yield equals inflation. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this? I mean, we've seen time and time again, right? Unless you have somebody with money willing to inject in to support the yield, it seems to, none of it's been sustainable. None of it.
Yep.
And so where does that leave us? You've got to make some decisions on that stuff. But almost all the yield stuff, in my opinion, has largely been a trap
It's all a trap.
from getting insane gains, from getting the appreciation. And so you want to play
Yep.
your hand on whatever's most important to you, because both have great use cases. It's a matter of what you really want.
Yep, it's all a trap. That's passive income in crypto. You can make short burst of it. Like I said, I did great with liquid loans and Earn protocol. Man, that thing was print. When I first opened up my vault out of Earn when it went live, dude, I was making like. I'll tell now because we're past the time. Like it was like $2,000 a day. It was ridiculous how much money was printing, but I just knew for myself I had to like adjust the vaults back up out of the protocol slowly because it's not sustainable over the long term. And a lot of the guys, they were holding the Earn token for like, oh, I hope it goes back up to $8, and then they just got wrecked by holding the. You want to be selling those tokens almost immediately. Majority of these tokens. Now the Ink token's a bit of a different animal, just because that's more of a blue chip RH asset, and there's all this speculation around it. But like most incentive tokens, man, and passive income stuff, like look at the loan token, man. It is just down to the right death. It looks horrible. And I hope it recovers and does well for a lot of people. But it just doesn't look that way when you see these incentive tokens, and they just die so quickly.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
Tin Top got in a few down forever sacrifices. Just dodge those two. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It's probably a good place to kind of wrap up. Corey, what do you think?
Yeah, let's go grab a lunch, and yeah, I'm all for it, man. We got open mic on Friday like normal. We're around this week for the most part. I know we missed yesterday, guys. We're getting wrapped up, with a lot of content creation. We're me and Dane are doing these master classes every single month. They're a lot of fun where it's new people on boards, new retail, new real estate investors who know nothing about crypto. We're teaching them how to do DeFi. We love using the Pulsechain ecosystem as the ecosystem to expose them into doing DeFi. This is it. We love this asset class. We love this community. We are here for it. Even though some of you guys on Twitter like to be toxic fudsters, but I know that's not you guys in our chat. Go cheat your bags. Me and Dane will gladly buy them. And so, because we feel confident this is the asset class, this is the community that we are going to be in for this market cycle. It's going to be wild, guys. Look at the crumbs. Look at the puzzle pieces. We're just massive leverage on ETH. Like, God, I couldn't be more bullish on this ecosystem. We just need ETH to go, right? And are you bearish on ETH long term? Do you think in this bull run, ETH is going to do nothing? Come on. If you're that bearish, you shouldn't be in crypto.
Exactly.
Go hang out with Peter Schiff and buy gold. I don't even know. If you're that bearish, you might not even be the right candidate for real estate. You got to go into something like gold and silver and just hang out with those guys in a 40-year asset class that takes the moon.
Agreed. Agreed. All right, cool, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Come like and subscribe too. Hit the bell notification on your way out. Come on, give us the algorithm boost that we need. Peace, guys.